Hello from Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Curvin, and this is Rant and Randy's Rant for 7/18/19. Uh, I don't know quite where to start today. Big news day. Some stories are still developing, and what I'll do with that is I'm just going to kind of let those stories develop as they will. Start off with the best news of the day for me. Jeffrey Epstein was denied bail as a flight risk and a danger to the community. Didn't think in my case, for a moment that they were going to let this pedophile stay in his mansion and then disappear out of the country. After all, the man, hello, Brian. Um, After all, the man had the means and he had a passport that they found in his mansion uh, from the 80s, had a different name on it, and said he was a resident of Saudi Arabia. So it's good that they have stopped him. He's not going anywhere. He's going to sit his little ass in jail until he comes to trial. And this time, they better throw the damn book at him. He needs 45 years. At his age, he won't ever see daylight and freedom again. And that's what he's done in the past. That's what he deserves. Hello, Brian. Yeah, you're right about that. And I believe uh, uh, MBS is also a relative. His middle name is Ben, as in Bin Laden. So uh, that's why people like that are so nasty. And while I'm starting out, I want to tell a little story. Started back in the 80s when the Russians, according to Donnie the Revises, when the Russians went into Afghanistan, they were going there because uh, that country was attacking Russia. Uh-huh. Okay, we know that's all false. A few other facts about it. Bin Laden was recruited by the United States to fight against the Russians over there. Keeping in mind, he's related to the Saudi royal family. Okay, and then you have 9/11. All right, 15 Saudis out of 19 that participated in 9/11. Kind of strange, isn't it? Whole lot of Saudi connections there. That's another thing the dumbass in the White House is ignoring. He's thinking about money. This is what a fascist dictator does. He's going to protect other dictators and he's going to seek money. Oh, shit. I was starting off good and kind of calm. All it takes is get me going, people. All right. Hey, Carrie. Message retracted. All right. We'll just say hello for right now. All right. Now, I heard today that Trump was calling Cohen about hush money payments on October 26, 2016. He called back to Cohen on the 28th, who was finalizing the paperwork on the hush money payment. Unfortunately, since they were able to unredact this, and in a move that prosecutors don't usually do, they wanted the judge to redact that part of the testimony and not let it be revealed to the public. The judge said, no way. that the public had a right to this. The case has been closed. That's the sad part. It ends there. But I'm hoping that, and I don't know, I'm not an expert on the Mueller report, but we know that there was 10 acts of obstruction. We know there was collusion with the campaign. So, I'm kind of happy with that. Got 2 likes. I'm happy with that, folks. Let me see if I can adjust this thing. I don't like that light in the background. All right. I did it this way because it's 80 something degrees, probably close to 90. This morning it felt like 92 at 84 degrees. So we are experiencing a heat wave here that's going to last till at least Saturday. Hello, Dennis. Glad to see you made it. All right, let's get on with this. And over here on this side, I am working on my paperwork for energy assistance with our local outreach mission. All right, I got those stories out of the way. And that's the best way to handle it, is mark them off. That way I don't go around repeating things to you that I've already done. All right. Last night in North Carolina, he lied and said the Republicans' plan for health care would include pre-existing conditions, and yet his regime is going into court trying to get rid of the ACA. So that doesn't make any sense. But what he promises, you put him back in office and he will have this wonderful plan. Well, he didn't in his first 2.5 years. Why the hell would people believe that he's going to do something? He's talking about a plan that the Republicans don't have. The closest they ever came was Richard Nixon's, what ended up being the Affordable Care Act. I get tired of all this bullshit he spouts. And then to have him act like today that he took it back when they started the chant, send her back. It lasted 13 seconds. I didn't hear the man retract anything or seem upset. He acted like, it empowered him. Let's see what else we got. And I already told you, he is promising that they'll have a plan after he's reelected in 2020. Kiss my ass, Donnie, you're lying again. The Republicans don't have a plan. The only plan they got is trying to make sure the insurance companies make the most money they can, because that's what they are. They're the Donnie Trump party now, and they're all fascists. That's who they're looking after, is the big insurance companies and big pharma. And then he was going on his rally last night. I got to see quite a few parts on my programs, and he was talking about he had nothing else to do. He's their president of the United States, and he has nothing else to do but to enjoy the praise he gets at his damn rallies. And today, he was shameful in his news conference. This one, I believe, was inside the White House in the Oval Office, when he was saying that the congressmen and women should love this country. In other words, they don't. He can only love it, or you got to leave it. He's already said that too. I tell you what, I don't want to go back to 1970 myself. And that's exactly what his rhetoric is out of, the 1970. And you can take it all the way back 170 years. Every time there was a big immigrant wave, they had negative things to say about whoever was coming in, the Germans, the Italians, the Irish. I imagine the Scots when they came. Uh, and again, folks, I'm going backwards. The way the news works. There's so much that happens each day after I watch my program the night before and come out here to tell you about things. Got 3 likes now. All right, keep it up, folks. All right, we don't have to cover that. Evidently, that went off with Epstein at around 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. And then the other story was Eastern time was 11 a.m. when they started covering the on case going on in Lower Manhattan also, as well as the Epstein thing at 11 a.m. Eastern. So, all right, the way I feel, that was 2 more shoes that dropped. And I know, particularly the Epstein thing is scaring him because he's likely to flip now. He has more reason to flip because he is not going to leave this country and he's going to go to prison for the rest of his life. The only thing he can do is hope for some kind of plea deal to where they'll tell him who he's going to turn over, including Donnie. We have to keep in mind, I hate saying this, I like Bill Clinton, but he took something like 28 flights on Epstein's airline. He didn't see anything going on. But the way I look at it, he's in the past. Now, if he has to pay for it now, that's his own fault. All right, let's see what some of the comments. Well, let's get back to the stories and then we'll get to the comments. GOP making excuses for Donnie, like Graham had been saying. Oh, he says so much, so often that I really don't need to cover that. What I was going to say is an idea I heard last night. As Democrats, senators, and representatives, this is who I'm talking about. They are doing the investigation, like Nancy said. But it's more important than ever, particularly to the presidential candidates, to talk about the issues, stay on course with the issues, healthcare, infrastructure, education, etc. Get that out there. We can't make this. You people in Congress and presidential campaign need to concentrate on that. Let us speak out about Donnie. I feel like that's what my job is to do that. Your job is to get things done in Congress, even if Mitch the bitch don't want to move on it. And that was disgusting. He said about Donnie's being on Omar and getting on her that it sounds like the way to go. Yeah, I guess so, to a man that gets Russian money, a Chinese wife that's trying to work her family's company, and fascism all the way around. It's all over the Republican Party, which is now the Trump-ass party. All right, let's see what else we got. He wants to see Congress and the squad. He's making that the issue. He's not worried about the candidates at all. He wants to make them the issue that they're un-American. Give me a damn break. Damn, are you shitting me? That's the. And like I was saying, let the committees do their job. They can do investigating and they can get some good legislation out. There will be a history of the legislation that Mitch the bitch won't pass. So that when we do start the inquiry or the impeachment, they're going to have to, he's going to be answering to why he sat on everything that came out of the House. Because a lot of that has been bipartisan. But, you know, they got to fight the Republicans that are in there with the majority House being Democrats. And I heard this too, and I can't remember it's from one of my channels. Media cannot make Donnie the story every minute of the day. That's exactly what he wants. He wants that going on. And if he doesn't have it, then that, I say, will affect him too. He will get pissed off if he doesn't have any fake news to talk about. All right. Yeah, he needs to be ignored. He's not going to succeed if no one is listening to him, except his minions. Still, here is a man that's been in 2.5 years and he does not give a damn about growing his base. He's depending on Russian help helping him and GOP gerrymandering and purging votes. That's what he's about. He doesn't give a damn. He's already asked for Russian help anyway, so we'll see more of that. And I will remind people, the Russians were holding rallies, fake rallies, in the Northwest during the 2016 campaign. All right, got 5 people watching. Let's see. There's Tina Babcock. Thank you for coming. And, yeah, and everybody. Yeah, they need to grow a spine, but they're not going to. I also agree with this, folks. You're not going to change his core base. They don't give a damn if he starts killing people. That will make no difference to him because they will say they deserved it or it's fake news. Half the time, you can show these idiots a film with him saying he would shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and it wouldn't affect his supporters. It wouldn't, but they call that fake news and they can look at the tape and see it. For crying out loud. And I'll say again, and I've seen this in some of my friends that are U.S. citizens now, but because they are U.S. citizens now, they're a bit concerned. Because I have said already, how long is it before they come for Mexican Americans that were born here? This one friend of mine that was came here from somewhere else and is a U.S. citizen and has 2 sons that are U.S. citizens. And people are getting scared. they, they can come after the Chinese Americans, the Japanese Americans, or anybody else that Donnie feels like they're trying to stand in his way. He may go after them and kick them out of the country. And a lot of you have seen the meme that I put out there about this is over in a neighboring state of Illinois, in Naperville, Illinois, at a mobile station where Mexican tourists were told to go away because they were calling ICE on them. This is Donnie's America, which is un-American. They're not going to see it that way. Some of his people are the lowest cockroaches on the planet. Hello, Richard. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on everything. Yeah, John will be on at 6:30. So I'm going to try to speed this up because everybody's going to want to go there. I will pop in, but the Nationals are playing the Braves at SunTrust Park. So I may be back and forth, in and out when it comes to the meeting. All right. That's about it. I mean, I've got more that I could go through, but I know everybody would be anxious to, and hopefully tonight I can catch the meeting on Facebook so that when I'm there, I know John and Travis know when I'm out there on YouTube, but you people know I prefer to see it on Facebook and participate that way because you can see your friends, you can say hello. I see. Yeah, that's about it. Other than actually, what MAGA means is it doesn't have a G in it. What it does is make America hate again. Only, and keep this in mind, only light can beat darkness. Keep that in mind, folks. I'll let you go for now. Uh, have a good time at the Blue Dot family meeting. I'll pop in from time to time. But when I start getting into the game, all right, let you go. Keep in mind, we are the guardians of liberty, and blue dots will make a difference. And I will see you later. Peace, resist, persist, and insist we get these fascists out of our house. I'll see you sometime tomorrow on Facebook. Good evening. Share this shit. Get it out there. Thank you. Bye-bye.